What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Rookie Garage. Working part-time on this one. On this video is gonna be how to take out a motor and install it on the silver one. I decided I'm gonna just build one of them and put this one away
in 1 week
because I needed the car for next week and I don't want to buy a new motor right now. I don't see spending $1,200 for a 2-valve.
I wouldn't. What was the lowest? 800.
$800,
800, I would probably get it.
but this motor is good. I know this motor is good, and I don't know how the other one's gonna be. So I just want it because it's good. There's a couple of car shows coming up, and I just want my car ready. So that's why we're gonna take out the motor from this one and install on the other one. And well, yeah, I'll show you guys the process of how to do everything. So first, we're gonna start by taking off the battery, like always. Intake, throttle body, intake manifold. Move all the wires out of the way, disconnect the fuel lines, not the heater hose because it's not connected in the car. It's just rerouting to the intake manifold, so it's gonna come off with it maybe. EGR, disconnect it, disconnect all the wiring harness, take out the coolant, the power steering pump, AC pump, disconnect it. Easy process, just takes time. Gonna do it on the afternoons. My nephew helping me. He knows more cars up than me. Nah, just kidding. He knows way less than me. But I don't know. I'm not a professional, but I know my shit. You told me what to do.
There's a lot of wires and mangueras and
it all goes in like Legos. Like you move the wire away, and if you stretch it, like if you try to, like let's say I disconnect all the wiring harness right now from the fuel. When I take out the fuel and everything, the wiring harness, it's all gonna move to one side. And if I try to, when I put it just into the car, it all goes where it goes. So it's not hard.
Because I've taken this all off on the charger and it's not like this hard.
Oh, you can't compare that small motor with this one. It's a big boy. Can't compare a 6.4 to a 4.6. No way in hell. This is a 225 horsepower motor. That's a lot of freedom. 200. It actually makes like 240 at the air filter, and then when it gets to the throttle body, it's like at 230. And then when it gets to the crank, it's like 225.
That top looks ugly.
But yeah, let's do that. Let's take off all this mumbo jumbo. So we started with taking off battery, the stock intake, throttle body and plenum.
Technically you, because I'm just watching.
Look a little better. Light. The throttle cables are disconnected. All now I gotta do is move this one out of the way, take off the wires, disconnect the injectors, move the hoses top and bottom, fuel rail, disconnect it, move the hoses out of the way, and yeah, the wiring harness, just push it back, and then just disconnect the water AC pump and the power steering pump, and that's it. Motor's ready to come out. Disconnect the motor mounts. That's the process right now. Moved all the wiring harness out of the way. Just gotta remove the belt, the alternator, remove the fuel rail, remove that from back there. I don't know what that's called. Holds the EGR. And that's it. My process. The intake manifold's out of the way. Fuel lines are disconnected. Wiring harness is out of the way. I just gotta unhook tomorrow. The update: you take off the reservoir. Well, I took it off. Unbolt this, just put it to the side. Coil pack stays on, and then we're gonna lift up the car and finally disconnect those shits that I said in like 6 videos already.
Don't forget to say that it was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's been 2 days. 2 days because the weather right here is a little too hot on the 112s, 113s. So, but now we got a little shade right here. We're working Sundays, so we're running out of time. So we gotta work on it no matter what.
Typical Sundays.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, typical Sundays where I was doing something. It'd be nice if I had my garage, but I had a little accident like 2 weeks ago, so I don't got that space. So take out the reservoir and then go under it, and then what? Since you're the pro.
I don't know.
All right. All I gotta do is disconnect this power steering pump so it can stay, and the AC pump on that side. Close this radiator so it won't leak no more. But And I gotta disconnect that ground wire they put right there. Hold up, I'm still doing a video. I'm trying to explain everything you gotta do. You gotta unhook everything from under here, all these connections. They go on the motor. Whole 2 sensors are disconnected. Maybe, yeah, they are. And then unhook the transmission. Let my nephew borrow one of my old 2 sensors right over there in that junk over there. And the oil, I don't need to drain it because should I supercharge it right away? Nah, huh? Make another video after that.
I mean, I don't know if you want to pull up to the show with the supercharger.
No, I don't really have to. It's gonna chop pretty nice. All right. I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. For now, I'm gonna take off these bolts right here. That one and that one. And the top one over here. There's 2 of them. That's it. It should disconnect from the motor and stay where it's right there, because that's gonna stay with the rack and pinion. And the AC compressor too, just disconnect from the motor. The AC lines will stay with the car. It's hard being a YouTuber. Anyways, I took off. This bolt doesn't come out completely because of the lines on the way. So what I did is I took off all these 3. They're 10 millimeters. And then after that, this one I just keep going out and out until the power steering fell on its own, and it's just hanging there. So power steering pump is gonna stay, and the AC, they're 10 millimeter bolts also. We have 3 of them only. That one and that one that's right there, that doesn't come out either because the sway bar's on the way. But it's loose, so it's ready to come out. I just gotta... Okay, I removed the starter for nothing. I thought it was supposed to be from there. I guess not. I removed the little plate cover that goes right there, which would be that one. Just 2 bolts holding it on. One right here, one over here. It's a 13 or a half-inch socket. And now you need a 14 for those bolts in the torque converter. And I'm gonna go get these at Harbor Freight. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I got these. Should work better. Put it on there and go. Right curves on it. So yeah, let's do that. If he gets back here so he could hold the crank. We're almost out. I just unhooked all the tranny bolts, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. When I did the PI saw back in 2017, I removed the top ones, but it should be pretty easy if you remove the intake manifold. Motor mounts, get my engine hoist, and should be out. Forgot to mention, you gotta take off these. You get out from the motor mounts, one right there. It's a 5/8. I don't know, you can see it. Stupid ass fucking camera. So it has this wire and it has another one, this one. I'm gonna hook it because then you're gonna pull it off when you pull out the engine. And go for my engine hoist, fool.
Right?
Well, yeah, I've been just like that. And full day, engine's out. Transmission wanted to come out too. Turns out the transmission now was ripped. My neighbor right here is a little too buff and he pulled almost the whole thing out. And we got the motor out here. We're gonna wash it, put some degreaser, wash it, put some PV blaster on the exhaust. Okay, well, I almost forgot to do an outro. So here's the PI cammed Mustang motor from the green Mustang. So I'm gonna install these shorty headers. I don't want to go long tubes because I want to drop it more from the front and I don't want to be scraping all over the place. And since it's gonna be boosted, I don't need long tube headers. Anyway, the car is probably gonna make what it could actually make and handle with the supercharger, so I'm not worried about it. So I got those shorty headers for a good price. I'm gonna remove the bolts right now. I'm actually put on PV blaster and then remove them because these are brand new. When I did the PI swap, I put them brand new. I'm gonna get my compressor and blow everything, and then I'm gonna tape up this piece right here, tape it up, and then I'm gonna put the greaser and wash it tomorrow. Cover the coil packs a little bit, and then I'm gonna get to removing the Mustang, from the silver one, and I'm gonna order a new clutch kit. But that's it for this one. If you want to keep up with the build, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.